Hey everyone, this is Tim Howard from Coastal Preps. Today is the first day of the previews, and I'm here to preview the girls golf season coming up for the area teams. We've got the Mid-Eastern Conference teams, all 8 teams in the Mid-Eastern Conference participate in girls golf, and then we've got Cape Fear Academy that also participates in golf. So we'll just go ahead and get started, and there's a pretty big front runner in the Mid-Eastern Conference this season with Hoggard returning 4 of its starters from last year's team that won the conference by over 200 strokes. It was the first time the Vikings won the conference since 2001. Obviously, leading the way was reigning Coastal Preps Player of the Year, Ellie Hildreth. She won all 9 Mid-Eastern Conference events, fared really well at the regional, and then was actually leading after day one at the state tournament after shooting a 5 under 67 up in Pinehurst. She ended up finishing 5th in the state, so as a freshman, to earn a top 5 finish at the individual state tournament against some of the best players across the state, pretty impressive stuff from Ellie. I think she's on a path to potentially become the best female player we've ever had come out of Wilmington, which is saying quite a bit because we've had some really talented players. Obviously, if you go back a little ways, Michelle Jarman at Hoggard was a really, really good player, ended up playing at UNCW, played a little bit professionally as well. In the recent years, we've had Caroline Crumrine come out of Cape Fear Academy, Sarah Funderburk come out of Wilmington Christian Academy, Caroline Cahill, and Jayla Rogers out of Laney. So some really top-notch golfers in this area, and to me, Ellie is right up there with them. And only as a freshman, or a sophomore this year. So I think she's really, on a great trajectory to become a high-level Division I player. And I know she loves the sport and works hard at it. So we'll see where her career takes her. But if you can get out to an event this year, she would certainly be somebody that I would recommend following around and watching play a couple holes because she really does have a great game. Drives the ball really well, and usually leaves herself with some pretty short yardages. So a lot of times has wedges right into the green, and she's becoming a better putter, starting to make some putts. Obviously, if you shoot a 67 at Pinehurst, you gotta be a pretty good putter to do that. So I think Hoggard, real big front runners to win the conference. I'm not saying that they won't get beat at some point in a match this season, but throughout the course of a season, I don't think any of the teams in the conference can really hang with them. But I do think there's going to be a really good battle for second place between Laney, Topsail, and South Brunswick, who all return some quality players. Laney's got MK O'Malley back. She's another young player who's in her sophomore season, and a transfer from California that I'm excited to see, Brielle Sorensen, who was just looking and doing a little research online. Had some really good scores out in California on her high school team, so I think she'll come in and make an immediate impact for Laney. Topsail, Eliza Fogelman is their number 1 player, one of the best players in the conference, and Jillian Fatkin for South Brunswick, also their top player, and a player that will be right there with Eliza and Ellie atop the standings when everything's said and done. Ashley's got a really good player in Sarah Enright, but probably doesn't have enough depth to compete with those other 3 schools that I mentioned for second place. So that's kind of where I think things will stand. I think it's going to be a really good battle, like I said, for that 2nd through 4th spot. Excited to see which of those teams kind of pulls away. Maybe we'll see because things are going to get started on Monday, first day that fall sports can get played. The Mid-Eastern Conference has a match right out of the gate, so we'll see pretty early on how things are going to look, and obviously teams will improve and players will improve throughout the season. So, but it'll be a good early test to see. I believe it's at Carolina National is that first match. So, but another exciting thing that we've got going on in this area on October 18th, Hoggard and Laney are going to team up to host the 4A East Regional, which is a really cool thing. I don't know that the last time we've had a regional down here on the girls' side, it's been quite a while. So it'll be fun to have that here close by. A lot of the Raleigh teams will come down and play, so there'll be some really good competition. and Hoggard will obviously be trying to qualify for the state tournament there. Laney and Topsail as well will be in that regional, so they'll also be trying to qualify. Hoggard finished second last year in the regional and then went on to finish 10th in the state. So they'll try to improve upon that. And like I said, with Ellie at the top, then you got Grace Caudle, Kayla Statiel, and Madison Finkbonner, three really good other players, make them the deepest team by far in the league. On the private side, like I said, Cape Fear Academy has a team, always a pretty competitive team, and since they've started, Ellie Burnett going to UNC Greensboro. She's a senior this year, one of the best players in the area, and not only one of the best players in the area, but one of the best private school players in the entire state. She finished third in the state last year. She shot a 1 over par round in the one round. They do their state championship a little bit differently. The public schools play 2 rounds. The private schools just play a single round. So she shot a 1 over par 73 last year to finish third. So she'll obviously be looking to win that elusive title this year in her final year. The Hurricanes were third last year out of 4 teams at the state tournament, so they would love to improve upon that as well. So we'll see what kind of depth the Hurricanes have behind Elle, but it should be a great season for the Hurricanes as well. Like I said, really looking forward to this season. Golf is a sport that typically doesn't get covered too often by local members of the media, but I enjoy getting out to the course and watching the girls play. So looking forward to getting out to at least 2 or 3 matches this year. Typically go to the conference championship as well, and then with the regionals being right here in our own backyard, we'll also be out there. So if you're looking for some coverage of girls golf this fall, encourage you to follow along. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course I would love if you bought a subscription as well. That concludes the preview for girls golf. Over the next couple days, you'll also be seeing previews for girls tennis, cross country, boys soccer, volleyball, and football. So please be sure to check those out as well. And looking forward to seeing you guys at the games. Bye bye.